Dear students, we are into Unit 3 and this chapter deals with small scale enterprises. And I will start what is small scale enterprises through this chapter. Now, what is small enterprise or small scale industry? Defining small scale industry is a bit difficult because the definition of small scale industry changes from country to country and from one time to another in the same country and by the industry. Anyhow, small scale industries or small business are the type of industries that produces goods and services on small scale. These industries play an important role in economic development of a country. The owner invests once on machinery, industries and plants and takes a lease or hire on purchase. So these industries do not invest more than 1 crore. For example, the small scale industries are like paper, toothpick, pen, bakeries, candles, etc. The small businesses are normally privately owned corporations with partnerships or sole partnerships, which constitute small in terms of government and support the tax policy vary depending on the country and industry. Now coming to one more definition, the small scale industries can also be defined as an industrial undertaking in which the investment in fixed assets in plant and machinery, whether held on ownership terms or on lease or the purchase, do not exceed, say example, 10 million. According to SSI board, small scale industry board, a unit employing less than 50 persons if power, that means along having the power, and less than 100 persons without using the power, and with a capital investment of 5 lakhs can also be called or can also be considered as a small scale industry. Coming to the advantages of small scale industries, the advantages or the merits of small scale industries can be classified as number one, close supervision. Because the unit is said to be small and under a closed circuit, the supervision can be done easily. So it is under the very close supervision of the management. Nature of demand, because they produce a very useful items which are used by the common man or the common people in the society. So the nature of these particular products are very much in demand. They provide more employment because the number of units set up are more and the number of people working in that particular setup are a bit more. So we can say that it generates more employment at a very fast way. It needs very small capital because already we have discussed that in the definition it says that up to 10 million. So it requires a very few capital investment to be flowed into establishing a small scale industry. Direct relation between the workers and the employees, because there is no much bureaucracy involved in what is called for the manager to the worker, as the owners are single and the workers are directly related to the owners which are working in the small scale industry. So there is a direct relationship between the workers and the employees. Now coming to the some more advantages, direct relation between the customer and the producer. See, every time the manager does not make a complete involvement in the products produced, so the customer directly related to the worker who is working in the field. So there is a direct relation that exists between the customer and the producers. Easy management, as I said, there are few bureaucracies are very normal bureaucracy that is involved between the manager and the workers. So the management can easily understand what exactly the problem that are involved for the workers or the producers. So there is an easy management which can be used or which can be a very good harmony that makes between the workers and the managers. Freedom for work, so the work pressure is much less compared to the other industries. So the freedom of work is more in small scale industries. External economies and less possibilities of strikes and lockout. Now the possibility of strikes are very few, or you can say almost zero when you are working in small scale industry, because the number of people involved in this particular industry are very few and the management is directly related to the workers. So the possibility of strikes are very few. Let us understand what are the important characteristics of small scale industries. One, labor intensive. Labor intensive means their dependency on the technology is very little because they are dependent on the labor and the manpower. So it is totally a labor oriented industry rather than technology oriented. Hence, it is what is we call as a labor intensive. Second is flexibility. Because they are small and they are open and flexible to sudden changes, unlike large industries. So if there is any problem that is existing in a particular small scale industry, it can easily be shifted to a particular place to another without much hardships. Similarly, if the number of laborers are not exactly working or number of laborers are less in a particular time, then can be easily taken from other sources, etc. One man show. Generally, the small scale industries have a single owner, so it is also known as a sole proprietorship. So it can be handled, the manager can handle or the owner can handle the issues very easily without many hardships. Use of indigenous raw materials. Here raw materials are these resources. So they utilize local and immediately available resources. They do not depend upon some other particular countries or places to import the raw material. So they take the raw materials which are locally available. So they do better utilization of natural resources and limited wastage. Localized operations, because the small scale industries much depend upon the local needs rather than the global needs. Hence, so all the operations that are involved in this particular SSI, small scale industries, are locally oriented. So we call it as a localized operations. Lesser gestation period. See, from the designing of a particular product to its production, the time that is taken is what is called gestation, and the period of gestation in the small scale industry is very, very less, as we cannot wait for the particular product to be released in a particular day. So the instant release or the instant release of a particular product will make gestation period very less. Education level. So the people who are involved or the people who are actually working here may not have a higher education levels. So it actually a labor oriented, more over to labor oriented. The education level does not play a very important role in the small scale industries. And last one is the profit motive. So generally in a small scale industry, though the profits compared to the large scale industries are less, but the more profits generated in these small scale industries because of the local demands and the local productions. Let us understand the different types of small scale industries. Now the small scale industries are actually a type of manufacturing industries, or it can be an ancillary service industry or a feed industry. Now coming to manufacturing industry, what is the manufacturing industry? Every particular industry is going to produce some or other particular goods. So any particular industry which is producing a type of a finished product which is used by people, which is used by some other industries, or which is used by any particular industry, we call them as a manufacturing industry. The next is ancillary industries. The ancillary industries, a particular small scale industry holds the status of ancillary industry if it supplies a minimum of 50% of its products to another business, that is called the parent unit. Then we call them as ancillary industries. You can take a small example here. Now we have what is called a two-wheeler automotive, like Hero Honda or your TVS, etc. Now they do not produce all the nuts and bolts which are required to be put into that particular two-wheeler. So these are being supplied by a particular small scale industry which is planted or which is in or around that particular industry. Now they produce and then they send it to their parent industry. So this particular small industry which is producing these are called ancillary industries. Next is service industry. For example, take an example of Byju's. So they do not produce anything, but they do have what is called a service to the students or service to the particular community who wants to learn more from the online. So example of a service industry is a Byju's industry or a Byju's online education consultant. Feeder industries. Sometimes what happens, we have what is called a particular large scale industry producing an enormous set of products. To set these particular products in a particular place, so the user wants some other ancillary subjects or ancillary material which are being produced by these small scale industries. For example, if you take a anchor industry or a Roma or your Captree, which are producing the electrical appliances. Now to hold these electrical appliances, we need some wooden work to be done. So these wooden work which has been supplied by the small scale industries are called as feeder industries. Now let us understand the role of small scale industries in the economy. A dynamic and vibrant sector of the economy. So because they are very dynamic and able to produce lot amount of goods and products and services, so they are called vibrant and they are called dynamic and vibrant sector of the economy. Prominent role in socio-economic transformation of the country. Generally, in any particular developing country, the number of jobs, or you can say the employment, the more number of employment is based on small scale industry. Hence, they play a very important role in socio-economic factor, producing or by providing employment to majority of the people in a particular country. Accounts for 35% of employment. That's what I said. So SSI sector has over a past 6 prominent places in the socio-economic development in the country. Now let us see what is the relationship of small scale industries as a small enterprise with large industries. Generally, small business is regarded as a seedbed for the entrepreneurship as it provides conducive conditions for the emergence and growth of entrepreneurs. Now, why we call it a seedbed? Because seedbed refers to the preparation of the soil for sowing of seeds so that they may have a good crop. So similarly, the more number of small business enterprises is going to make a big and a larger industry in the future, because of the emergence of the small industries is able to produce or able to give a conducive conditions for the good large scale industry. So SSIs are called seedbed of entrepreneurship due to the following reasons. So the number one is small scale enterprises can be started with a lesser investment, because I see when we take what is called a larger industry, it takes crores and crores of rupees and almost 1,000 to 500 to 1,000 crores of rupees to produce or to set up a very big industry. Whereas coming to a small scale industry, it requires only in terms of lakhs. So the investment that is flown from a particular source into the establishment of small scale industry is very less. So this is the major factor which says that small scale industries can be set up with a lesser investment. Similarly, small scale unit carry on business on a small scale and such as element risk of. So the risk that is involved in the small scale industry is very less. So for example, if suddenly a small scale industry stops its production, so the number of unemployed people affected are very few, because the number of people working in that particular industry are very less. So they can be easily absorbed by some other industries which are on the same stream. So small scale industries are generally based on local resources, such as there is no problem regarding their availability. An example, take example of your garment factory, take example of your bags industry, take example of your plastic industry. So they are based, or they are all based upon the local availability or local demand. So because the local demand is arising every time at every particular place, so their particular existence does not have any problem. Small scale can be located anywhere and does help in the development of backward areas of the country. So because of its availability, because of its localization and your feedback, so we have what is called a particular industry can be established in any part. It does not need any particular urban area to be established. It can be established in the rural part, or it can be the semi-urban part, or anywhere. So small scale units build achievement motivation among the entrepreneurs. So the more the achievement that actually being established by the small scale industry, the more number of entrepreneurs are generally able to put up their investments or put up their ideas into the small scale industries. Now let us see what are the objectives of developing small scale industries. The reasons for developing small scale industries can be enumerated first. Now, the number one is to generate large scale employment opportunities for the unemployed speedily with the relatively low investment. Because as we have discussed that the establishment cost of a small scale industry is very less, and it can deploy so many number of people into it. So the employment generates and the investment is going to be very low. So it avoids, or it will see that the employment is speedily grown with the help of the small scale industries. Two, to eradicate unemployment problem from the country. So it is a major source of unemployment eradication, as it does not require very high profile educations for the people to be worked in a particular area. For example, any SSC student or a man which does not have any knowledge, any studies in background can also be used as a worker for doing a small work in a particular small scale industry. To encourage dispersal of enterprise to all over the country, covering rural areas, smaller towns, and economical backward regions. So, because the small scale industry can be established in any particular corner of a country, irrespective of that particular urbanization or the rural area, it will provide a clear economy. It will provide what is called economically backward regions into the mainstream. So it will provide a dispersal of enterprises to all over the country. No. Next one is to bring backward regions to mainstream and national development. Because if you have a particular rural area is established, rural area is being considered as a backward area, because there are no industries involved. If you are able to put up a small scale industry in that, it will be able to put up itself into the mainstream by providing lot of raw materials. One particular industry is able to provide indirectly so many number of people to be employed, which we called as secondary employment. So this makes the particular rural area to come into the mainstream. The next one is to promote balanced regional development in the whole country, because as we said that any rural or any particular backward area can be easily put up with an SSI, and the whole country can be balanced by using the regional imbalances by setting up the small scale industries to ensure more equitable distribution of national wealth and income. Now, national wealth cannot be flown into one particular area, or national wealth cannot be given to one particular urban area. So because of establishing the small scale industries over different parts in the country, so the equity of this particular national wealth and income can be distributed equally among all the regions to encourage effective mobilization of untapped resources of the country. Now, any particular area has a lot of different kind of resources that can be used to set up a small scale industry, and then those particular resources can be used to improve socio-economic conditions of standard of living of the people of the country. So as the number of employment grows, it automatically says that the economic conditions and standards of the living people will be increased. So it makes an important factor to improve the socio-economic conditions. To seize the vast opportunities created for small enterprise due to liberation and globalization policies of Government of India. So there are a lot of opportunities which will be able to make, because nowadays we have what is called a very globalization policies and localization policies and liberation policies, which are given by almost all the countries, especially by Government of India, which makes a lot of vast opportunities to set up small enterprises to help earn vital foreign exchange of the country through exports of goods or services, small industries. Now, very small scale industry, very small industry can also go for what is called exporting their particular products to all parts of the world. So, which indirectly or which directly earns what is called a foreign exchange to bring more revenue to the central government by way of taxes. The more number of industries that you are going to put up, the more number of productions that you are going to see, then automatically it is going to generate a lot of taxes, and the taxes are being used by the government for the developments.